Jane, the message says on top of police training to distort their minds.
Exactly.
Also, right? Because what the hell kind of training you got? Where do people get to learn about what police training is? But we feel like we can talk about what the problem and what's needed is more training. Like, what is the training?
Exactly. That's the
How
question.
do you even know?
And what kind of training is the training that they need? It's not military training because they already have military training, and we see what they do with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of jumping the point a little bit, but what they need is some mental health training. All right. And what they need
And what we need
is some real diversity training. They need to be real comfortable with people of other races, and they need to be tested on this kind of stuff.
They need some.
They need emotional intelligence is what they need.
Dr. Joy DeGroy training, and also not just they need. You see how synonymous police are with white people. It's not even they need diversity training. They need to be diverse.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And let me tell you this crazy ass shit that happened when I used to be in my early 20s, up in the March, fucking fuck the stoplight and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like, oh, I am power. I am the people. People have power. What? Fuck the not fuck the police. Fuck the red light. I mean, fuck the green light. Like, we just stopped your whole shit. We just stopped the whole flow of traffic. That's the kind of stuff I needed to recognize. People power in a real way, right? Now I'm like, come on, y'all. We need to get this in a mental way. We need to get this in a spiritual and psychological way, like as real as stopping the flow of traffic way. But this woman got up to speak, and she was talking about her child who was killed by police officers, somebody whose name was never made popular. I don't even remember his name now, but I remember her pain as a mother. And everyone was like, yeah, like, yeah, you fuck the police. And she was like, we need our babies to be the police. And the crowd was like, oh, nah, I don't know about that. Fuck the police. Like we couldn't even consider, I mean, the love for her just, it dissipated. Like, it went down so quick. It was palpable. I'm like, I mean, any beware extremism on any level. Seriously, because you stop thinking clearly. You stop questioning what is a good thing. You can't even consider or conceive. And that's really what we need, is more people to tap into their creative imagination, their innovative minds. They couldn't even consider, wait, our babies be the police. Yeah. No, fuck the police. That doesn't go. We can't accept. Does not compute. That's what it was like. And I seen pictures. I seen this picture of these girls. I seen it at Black Joy Parade last year. Before we got Black Joy Parade up in here. If y'all don't know, Najee is a part of the Black Joy Parade team. And there was some elders doing a jump rope, the most wholesome black girl thing you can do. I'm sure Micaiah may have had her stints with jumping rope. Maybe she tried double dutch. Maybe if she was here and somebody pulled up, she would be outside trying it out. I've seen it happen. We was playing double dutch, and the officers who was black, it was a black woman. She was like, hold up. Let me take this thing off of me. Or let me hold this thing. And let me do double dutch real quick. And motherfuckers that was like, look, she's one of us. I mean, it was a beautiful sight. And it's like, we had to get used to these images or something. We had to, yes, the way, this imagery propaganda is the way, but it's like the reality, when you experience something in real life, it sinks in. And it sunk in that moment. People couldn't not consider it when it wasn't in front of them. When she said, my baby is dead, but if my baby was, and y'all babies and all babies was the ones in the streets, this wouldn't happen. For real, it wouldn't.
Exactly. And that goes to the whole picture, all right? Because the way the police treat black people is really just another form of systemic racism, Okay, and systemic racism and systemic oppression is the worst form of oppression, because all other forms of oppression stem from it, and it's how people are taught, it's how people are socialized. All right, and it's something like Jane said, they don't question. All right, the thing is, it's not just the police force. All right, this transcends into the government. This transcends into the medical field. This transcends into education. This is really all pervading in Western culture. And Western culture, Western culture is slowly trying to take over the world. Okay. And it's everywhere. And so these kind of attitudes, these kind of beliefs, right, that don't get talked about are present and are there. Okay. And again, these officers, the people who they're picking to be officers, the people who come to the top, they're not the ones who are trying to save people. They're the most aggressive ones. They're the ones who shoot first and don't ask questions at all. And the police force actually protects them. And that's the micro side of it. Okay, because it's really a part of it is the macro problem that we have systemic racism in this country that has to be tackled. And also the micro side of it is that there are individuals who are committing these acts, and these individuals are protected by other individuals in the same organization, right? And the organization is a shield, and it's just a small shield that's backed by a bigger shield, the shield of the American government. And police really act like their job is to protect and serve the interests of the American government, which for all intents and purposes it is. That's because that's how they operate. But that's not what they should be for. They should be protecting and serving the interests of the American people. All right, and so
or else we need our motherfucking. We need our side too. Like the government got its gang, the people need their gang.
And we need to make sure ours is equal or greater.